there was some turmoil after the Ashes and some bloodletting. Giles gone, Silverwood, Thorpe. What was your reaction to those heads rolling? And were you ever, in any sort of sense, thinking about your own future as captain at that point?
Well, firstly, I'd like to say it's never nice when you see people that you've worked closely with for a long period of time lose their jobs, and they've obviously given a huge amount to English cricket. And someone like Graham I've known and has been my batting coach since being 20 odd years old, and has helped me throughout my whole international career, and has been amazing for me personally. We're obviously very closely with Silvers and Ash, and it's never easy to see people lose their jobs. And I really hope they find something that fulfills them, and they're very successful at that, whatever's next for them. Clearly, it was a disappointing tour, and we massively underperformed. And I think off the back of it, we've got to try and use this opportunity for a fresh start. For as Strauss's mentioned, a bit of a reset and a real chance to take things forward. And I'm very grateful that I've got the opportunity to do that as captain.
Yeah, Mike Atherton was saying recently, though, you're very lucky to be staying on as captain. I mean, how would you respond to that?
I'd say that I'm, as I said, very grateful to get the opportunity to do it. I know there's a lot of hard work ahead, but I'm very much looking forward to that challenge. And that starts on this tour first. And like I say, it's a real opportunity that we've got to take with both hands. Make the most of it. It's obviously a very new looking squad. And, it's a real chance for guys to step up and really, take the chances that are presented to them, me included. But
no Jimmy and no Stuart Broad. I mean, Stuart's been saying how confused and angry he was, and only had a 5-minute telephone call. Do you think they've been treated shabbily?
I've spoken to both Stuart and to Jimmy, and as you mentioned, they're obviously disappointed, angry, and they've Stuart in particular has voiced that quite publicly, and you'd expect that. I've got a huge amount of respect for both of them. But at no point, it's been made very clear as well that no one's saying that this is the end for them. And the guys that are on the tour have got a real opportunity to step into some slightly different roles, to take those opportunities, to grow themselves as players within this team, and to strengthen what could be the backbone of this team moving forward. And it'd be great to see Stuart and Jimmy very much in the mix at the start of the summer as well.
So you don't think it's the end of their Test careers?
As I mentioned, no one said that it's the end. There's obviously a lot that can happen within this tour and over the next period, but I think that's been made very clear that it's certainly not the case.
There are 8 players, Joe, who went to the Ashes who are not going on this tour, and there are some other big names like Joss, of course, who's not going. What would you say about his future as a Test player?
I'd say for all of those guys, they've got to go away and look at areas in which they can improve and how they can come back stronger. Now, I don't think it's fair to single individuals. I think collectively, even the guys that have had that were on that trip will look at coming away from things. How can they improve? How can we better this team? How can as an individual, how can I make sure that I'm performing? And that individual responsibility is very important. But my focus now is on this group of players that's going and making sure that they're as ready as they can be. They've got clarity in the roles that they're going to play on this trip, and they really relish the chance and the opportunity that's in front of us. I think that's really important, and go and enjoy that as well. It's a great place to go and play. We've won once there in a very long time, and that challenge and that sort of mentality, if we could do something very special in the West Indies, is going to be really important, and it excites me.